And on the stretch, through Daichi Kamada, goes for goal himself, and what a strike that is! Has a go.
4 goals, 0 response, in a country that flew halfway around the world to play in the greatest football tournament on earth, sent home in ruins, eliminated after just 2 games. This is Japan versus Tunisia at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And what you are about to witness is not just a football match. This is a statement. This is the Samurai Blue announcing to the entire planet that Asia has arrived, and it is not leaving quietly. But before we break down every single moment of this masterclass, let's talk about where we are, because the stage itself is historic. Estadio Monterrey, Mexico, June 20th, 2026. And this exact match is officially the 1,000th game in FIFA World Cup history. 1,000 matches. Decades of drama, heartbreak, glory, and legends. And Japan chose this moment, this milestone fixture, to produce arguably the finest performance ever seen from an Asian nation on the World Cup stage, the largest winning margin in AFC World Cup history. The first Asian team ever to score 4 goals in a single World Cup game. Records are not just being broken tonight, they are being obliterated. Now let's talk about Tunisia walking into this game, because the context matters enormously. These are the Carthage Eagles, and they were already limping. 5-1. That was the scoreline when Sweden dismantled them in their Group F opener. 5 goals conceded. It was catastrophic. So catastrophic that Tunisia did something no team in World Cup history had ever done before. They sacked their head coach after a single match day. Sabri Lamouchi was gone. In his place, they rushed in Hervé Renard, a big name, a legend in African football. The man who won the Africa Cup of Nations with both Zambia and Ivory Coast. They brought in Renard with barely 72 hours to prepare, desperately hoping a tactical genius could somehow reverse the tide. And in Renard's very first World Cup press conference, he spoke about organization, about resilience, about making Tunisia hard to beat. 4 goals later, we know exactly how that plan went. Japan, meanwhile, walked into this game locked and loaded. Coach Hajime Moriyasu had his Samurai Blue operating like a machine. 4-2-3-1 pressing system, high tempo, relentless movement, technical combinations that cut through defenses like scissors through paper. They had drawn 2-2 with the Netherlands in their opener, a result that already showed this team could compete with elite European opposition. Now they needed a win. And from the very first whistle at Monterrey, it was abundantly clear that Tunisia had absolutely no answer for what Japan was bringing. 4 minutes, that is all it took. 4 minutes into the 1,000th match in World Cup history, and Japan already had the ball in the net. Watch Kato Nakamura here, this 24-year-old from Stade Reims, who is quietly becoming one of the most exciting attacking players in this entire tournament. He drives down the left channel with pace and purpose, gets to the byline, and whips in a low, skimming cross along the face of the goal. And Daichi Kamada, perfectly timed run, near post, 1 touch, taps it home. 1-0. Fastest goal ever scored by a Japanese player in World Cup history. Breaking the record previously held by Shinji Kagawa, who scored in the 6th minute against Colombia in 2018. Kamada is already in the history books, and we are barely out of the opening moments. Tunisia are shell-shocked. They cannot get hold of the ball. Japan's press is suffocating them. Every time a Tunisian player receives, there are 2 blue shirts closing him down within a second. The Carthage Eagles goalkeeper Ayman Dahmen is forced into action again and again, pulling off a stunning save at close range from Tomiyasu, literally clawing a shot off the goal line with his fingertips to keep it at 1-0. But Dahmen can only do so much. He cannot save his team from what is coming. 31 minutes. Ayase Ueda, the name you need to know from this World Cup. Japan's striker, powerful, athletic, and with a lethal finishing instinct. He gets the ball on the edge of the box, sees a tiny gap between two defenders, and absolutely thunders a low shot that threads between two Tunisian bodies and rockets into the bottom left corner, 2-0. Tunisia were hesitant. They lost their shape for 1 single second, and Japan made them pay in the most brutal fashion possible. Ueda's celebration says everything. Fist pumped to the sky, roaring at the crowd, because he knows what this result means. He knows that Tunisia are done. Halftime arrives. Japan lead 2-0. They have been dominant, composed, clinical. Tunisia have created almost nothing. Their XG, expected goals, sits at a pitiful 0.05. Two shots from an entire half of football. Japan, by contrast, have fired 11 attempts, 5 on target, with an XG of over 2. This is not just a scoreline difference. This is a complete and utter tactical annihilation. Renard tries to reorganize at halftime. He tries to inject some life into his side. But the reality is, this Tunisia squad, individually talented but collectively broken, simply does not have the tools to handle Japan's structured chaos. 69 minutes, the third goal, and this is beautiful football. Watch Ayase Ueda receive the ball in tight space, and then, with one brilliant flick, he opens up the entire Tunisian backline with a perfectly weighted through ball into the channel. Junya Ito, pacey, clever, composed, latches onto it, draws a trailing defender, stays calm, and rolls a composed finish past Dahmen. 3-0. The stadium erupts, the samurai blue bench explodes. And in the stands, Japanese fans draped in red and white are celebrating what they know is a historic night for their country. 83 minutes, the fourth, the knockout blow, the exclamation mark. A whipped right-wing delivery from Sano finds Ayase Ueda completely, criminally unmarked inside the 6-yard box. And Ueda, with the kind of poacher's instinct you simply cannot coach, loops a looping header up and over the goalkeeper, curling into the bottom right corner, 4-0. Ueda wheels away, arms out, grinning. He has just become only the third Japanese player in history to score a goal and record an assist in the same World Cup match. He joins Keisuke Honda and Takashi Inui in that elite company. And he matches Cody Gakpo as the only players at this entire tournament to score twice and provide an assist in a single game. The final whistle confirms it. Tunisia 0, Japan 4. Tunisia are officially eliminated. Their World Cup campaign is over after just 2 matches. 9 goals conceded across 2 games, scored just 1. For a defense that was rock solid throughout qualifying, this is a complete and total collapse on the biggest stage. Hervé Renard, back in major tournament management, suffers an immediate defeat on his very first day in charge. And Tunisia face a long, painful journey home with massive questions about where this national team goes from here. But this is Japan's night, Japan's moment. This is Hajime Moriyasu's team, sending a message to every single nation still in this World Cup, from Argentina to France, from Brazil to Germany, that the Samurai Blue are not here to make up the numbers. They are here to win. They move level with the Netherlands at the top of Group F on 4 points, and with 1 game remaining, they are on the absolute brink of the knockout rounds. AFC football has been growing. We have seen it tournament after tournament. Japan qualifying, South Korea surprising, Australia competing. But 4 goals in a World Cup game, that has never happened before from an Asian nation. Not once, until tonight, until Kamada's 4th-minute thunderbolt, until Ueda's brace, until Ito's composed finish lit up Monterrey. Japan did not just win this game, Japan made history. And the Samurai Blue, they are just getting started.